Today we received a request to review Big Guy Gear Shop. So let's take a look here. Well, first off, I really like this store. I think it's very well done. That being said, there are a couple things that we can improve on. It looks like you have all the bases covered. I've taken a look at a couple different things. So let's get down to kind of some of the nitty-gritty. First off, your navigation is relatively small in size compared to the rest of the font on your website. And you can actually change this fairly easily. Just go to online store themes, customize theme, and it should be under typography, which is the second tab. It's fairly easy to do. You want to make this appropriate size. Look at the other font sizes on your website and try to get it to fit that similar sort of size so that people aren't squinting to try and figure out where to go next. So taking a look at your branding, your blog, things look really good. That being said, I think you need to specify your intended audience better. And what I mean by that is your website is all about providing gear like adventuring gear that will fit men that are of a larger size. That being said, your slogan here indicates that it's like all shapes and sizes. So I would try and capitalize more. I would try and make this much more of what you're about because you are trying to target this specific audience. So I would update this to say something along the lines of, if you're a bigger guy looking for adventuring gear, give us a try sort of thing. The same sort of concept is like Mr. Big and Tall sort of thing. You want to make sure that you are capitalizing on that target audience with pretty much everything that you throw at them. In terms of your homepage, I like it because it's not overdone. A lot of people add way too much content on their homepage. This looks good. Hero banner, collection. I mean, the only thing that you could add in here is maybe something similar to this here, but kind of about us. I know you do have the actual about us page here, but maybe have something similar, just that says it gives a little bit more branding as to what you're about. Again, about gear that fits bigger guys. So yeah, I would maybe recommend inserting that here. Other than that, I think it's great that your store homepage isn't overcrowded. One thing I noticed is that these images aren't clickable, which kind of with these other two, obviously there's other links. With this one, it's about a discount code, and I'd recommend not doing it in this regard because it's like, oh, this month's specials. Okay, I go to click and nothing happens. So I would change this up. I'd probably get rid of this from this section here. You might want to have it as, you could replace this with, the new grand opening discount or something to that regard. I wouldn't put it here where there's other clickable links and this one is just static and it's misleading. You want to make it very straightforward and super simple for your customers. If we take a look at some of your collections, it seems difficult to filter down what you're looking for. This theme is grabbing your product tags and using that to narrow things down, which isn't a bad thing, but you need to make sure that your product tags are consistent. So for example, there's made in the USA and made in USA. I mean, those should be the same, so it's only one possible thing, similar to, some of the other options here. You want to try and narrow things down so that if they are going to be able to be sorted by their product tag, that the product tags remain consistent between the products. So you don't have like a list that's like 50 items long. It actually helps people sort. And this is very useful, especially in something like the like American made gear, where it's really a mixture of things all over the place. It's very hard to sort down. Okay, well, what do I actually want to have here? So I would recommend either doing that or you can change themes. I like this theme a lot, to be honest, and I think you've done great work on it. There are also apps that you can get that can help you better filter down your options. Like, you could have a bar over here that, I want to filter, apparel or footwear or something to that regard. You can add that. I mean, you don't have a ton of product yet, but as you grow, it's going to be more and more difficult for customers to try and find the products that they're looking to obtain. So I like your blog. I love that you have one. Very useful. What I would recommend though is I'd recommend having a call to action, like a pop-up here when people actually land on your site to indicate to sign up for your newsletter or to sign up for your blog. Something to that regard to just try and encourage brand loyalty and to kind of keep people coming back. Use that to your advantage. Next, we're going to take a look at your SEO or search engine optimization. And there's some good and some bad. So your homepage SEO, this is what we got here. It looks great because it says what you're looking for. You might want to add a couple more keywords, but I'm glad that you're keeping this short because yes, it should be under 100 characters. Yes, it does make sense to the common purchase, which is good, and it does have a lot of those keywords in. There's a couple other things that you can put in there, but I mean, like, don't overdo it. Just make sure that you are specifying your audience to the best of your ability. So even though your homepage SEO is pretty good, it's not necessarily true for your products. Shopify by default will automatically grab the start of your product description and make that your SEO meta description. And it's not necessarily the best thing to do. It's better than having nothing. But if you really want to ensure that you're targeting your correct audience and any ad campaigns that you do will be most successful, then I would suggest updating that. So if you go to the bottom of your product page, you can click on Edit SEO, and you can actually change what it says in there. So this isn't too bad because it does have a couple things in there. So camping cold, down socks, handmade, and then after that it's going to start cutting things out. You can optimize that a little bit, but at the same time it's not too bad. But if we compare that to something like the Gore-Tex hiking pants here, I mean this is beautiful because it has all these great things: Gore-Tex, convertible hiking pants, comfortable, durable, lightweight, warm. It just is it's very good. You might want to say like waterproof or something to that regard. But yeah, just make sure that you go through each of your product SEO meta descriptions and just make sure that you update them so that it best targets your audience and it will be best for Google so that Google actually understands what you're trying to sell. So yeah, I think that's it. Overall, really great job on the store. You got like the vast majority of everything checked off. Just make sure that you optimize that SEO, and yeah, I hope that helps out and that you have great sales. Catch you next time.